despite that, it's still it's still the exact same names. It's
Zest signs up again.
Yeah, we still got Zest, we still got Zound, we still got Trap, we still got Stats, we got Nightmare. Like, all the same Protoss players are still here. There's no one new.
I mean, Parting used to play a lot back when ESL was on Sundays, way back in the day. But yeah, has since the shift of having ESL Asia being on Monday evenings, he has shifted to playing more of the ESL NAs.
It's one of those
interesting to see if he does so. If he continues to play in them, because
I would imagine
it's only ESL Asia that had its time shifted.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, funnily enough, Parting, he does not have a degenerate time slot or sleep schedule. He actually is awake in the morning.
Honestly, one of the most surprising things.
Yeah.
Expected to be Parting of all people.
So because of that, like, hey, he plays in America because it's in the morning, and now he can play in Asia as well due to the time slot.
He's going for that Zest kind of play and everything. But we'll see if that happens, especially since, for now, we do not have a Protoss in this matchup. It is a good old-fashioned TvZ, and here, in the top right-hand corner map, spawning all the way in the top right-hand corner of Pilares de Oro, he is going to be our Azul Terran player, representado Team Exxon, as well as Clan Into the Clan. Get your burritos ready for Juanito SpeCial.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Pillars of Gold LE, we have the, I believe, Chinese Zerg player. He is green. He is representing himself. It is Hyperion.
And while there's definitely a clear favorite in this particular match, I am going to have my eyes a lot more on Hyperion. He's somebody who signs up a lot for these ESL Asia Cups, but I don't think we've ever had the pleasure of casting him.
It's we have been able to cast him a couple of times actually.
I do not remember.
Yeah, we've been lucky enough to do so. But as you said, like, he is more of an amateur player. He is here consistently, but you know, when it comes to the other more established players, he can struggle a little bit. As a reminder to everyone, this is not a fresh series. SpeCial is already up 1-0.
That is news to me.
Yes, as we are diving into this because the winner of this series goes up against Trap. Oh boy. And I would ask a favor of you as we get into this, because I don't know how much time we'll have. I'm currently following your camera. I'm going to go get some water because I am out and I didn't have enough time to get more after Battle of the Americas.
That makes a lot of sense. Well, now, let's take a little bit of a tour here. I am, of course, Yaku of Yakuzaku, and I will be your observer operator. Nice, a little bit of Reaper Wars are starting to come down here over by the actual base. SpeCial is able to duck out of there, keeping that Reaper alive. Still going to be able to dip in and scout. He sees the gas being taken here right by the natural base, so this is going to be ringing some alarm bells in SpeCial's head. Oh, gets canceled. Yeah, that was just to keep the drone alive. Can he go for the creep tuber? Unable to at the moment. But the important thing is the Reaper stays alive. Whoop. The Reaper stays alive. The Reaper stays alive. And is well aware of that third base coming up. It's going to be continuing on a little bit of harass. Hyperion having a bit of lag coming down. But hopefully it doesn't affect things too much. SpeCial back at home. Going for that 1-1-1. Nice Hellion style that I think we're all kind of used to. Or at least I am. It's something I generally prefer. There's a lot of map control potential that you really can have here when you go for Hellions like this. And SpeCial is not diverting too much. He's going for the classic. Liberate behind that. You know, Hyperion really just wants to get his bases up and running. He wants that macro up. He wants to send his drones over. He's making a lot of them, but he is forced to send them to the natural base for now.
That he has. Meanwhile, what have I missed? What has happened so far in the early game, Yaku, as I have returned?
I accidentally turned on my voice mod and had to listen to myself.
Nice.
I'm hoping that didn't get picked up by you. I'm hoping that was just a my end thing.
Hopefully we didn't have double Yaku going on. That sounds like a fun idea. Whenever you, yeah, whenever you're alone, that does sound like a fun idea though.
Yeah.
Oh god, but we do see SpeCial. He does have a decent amount of Hellions. Oh my god, the Queen's completely out of position.
Yeah, he was doing such a good job of just keeping SpeCial back for the longest time. But right at the end, he was not where he needed to be when those Hellions came in, and he's paying the price for it. Meanwhile, the Liberator seems to be getting a couple of kills, question mark?
Oh yeah, did get one kill so far. Looks like, oh.
Might get another.
Oh, okay, thankfully Hyperion realized that the Liberator did reposition at the same time. A couple of Queens get distracted by the Lib, so the Hellions dive in, but nice job by Hyperion. He was able to split up his Queens.
He's got plenty of Queens to spare over here. You don't need too many of them to really keep the Hellions at bay. I think a lot of Terran players might try to risk dipping past the Queens to try to get as many drone kills as he can, but SpeCial wants to play it a bit more safe. He sees an opportunity now, and he is melting through all of these drones. 6 of them will go down, as well as all of these Lings that Hyperion made earlier. That doesn't really seem like much, but if you keep deleting Lings one after another like that, it starts to add up.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know what the hell Hyperion was thinking, but he actually had the workers turn around and try and fight the Hellions, and that's why they lined up the way they did. I'm like, mate, what the hell are you thinking right now? Oh my god, he lost 6 drones in the process. All up, we see 11 drones have gone down, and what has SpeCial lost? He's lost a Lib, a Reaper, and a Hellion. Like, oh my god, the value.
1-1-1.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
Meanwhile, he's just getting his own affairs back in order. He's going to be landing a Zerg base very, very shortly. And I'm just looking at his army supply right now. Like, this is terrifying if you're a Zerg player. SpeCial is building to one of the crispest +1 timings. 1-1 timings. Didn't even notice he was getting a +1 armor.
Yeah, there we go. 1-1 is on the way, and once it finishes up, he will be going across the map and hitting hard, as he already has a couple of tanks working on his Widow Mines as well. Meanwhile, on the other side of things, Hyperion, he is trying to establish himself, right? We do have a 4th on the way. He's droning up, but again, he lost so many drones earlier on. He had to rebuild them. His army is lacking as a result. His lair is late. He still doesn't even have bailing speed. Ay. And the army's coming. And
SpeCial's already halfway across the map, yeah. This is not looking good. Unless SpeCial somehow friendly fires on every single one of his Marines.
Unless he
I don't think Hyperion can really hold this.
Unless he move commands like into the slow banes, then maybe. But again, these are slow banelings, and we're talking about Juanito here. We're talking about Dorito himself. Like, there's no way that he doesn't split perfectly against the Ling Bane of Hyperion.
But maybe he might get flanked. No, his Marines are still in position. Try to deal with that. Not anymore. But that tank's really just a spotter at this point.
Yeah, one of the tanks is exposed and it could go down. There we go. We do have the surround that is coming in for Hyperion.
Widow Mine not getting the best connections that it wants, but again, slow banes. It is just asking to be picked off by the tanks. Beautiful target fire coming out from SpeCial. He will lose the tanks in the end, but the Lings have already been dealt with. These banelings don't have much of a buffer anymore. A decent connection, all things considered, for Hyperion. But in the end, SpeCial is absolutely running away with this. He won't be able to continue pushing, but his reinforcements are starting to come in.
Exactly. Here we go. The Hellions come in. They all turn into Hellbats. And sure, the Marines have been thinned out, but there is nothing left. Only a single goddamn Queen. We have a couple of Banelings morphing in. Finally, Baneling speed has finished, but it's too late, mate. It's too late. The reinforcements are here.
Baneling speed doesn't really help you if you don't have Banelings.
Exactly. You can't Ling Bane without the Bane, and oh boy, the 3rd does go down. It was evacuated, thankfully, and we do have a pretty big Ling run by. Nicely done by Hyperion, but the problem is, can he hold against the main army?
I have a lot of doubts here. There's not a lot of Lings to provide a buffer. SpeCial already pre-splitting. The tank doesn't even need to be sieged. Like, that is how little Banelings Hyperion has at this moment. That is how little army in general Hyperion's got.
Exactly. As oh my god, he only has 2 Queens. The Banelings, they get some decent connections. A bunch of Lings are coming in, but again, pure Ling does not do well against these Marines, especially now that the run by has been dealt with and GG gets called.
SpeCial is going to move on to face Trap. Juanito!
Juanito himself, he does it. He is nice and warmed up, and he needs to be warmed up if he's going to go up against Trap, mate.
If he's going to go up against any Protoss player, really. Yeah, he's not fond of that matchup.
Mm-hmm. Not at all, mate. Oh, boy.